Good morning, Gamecocks. I'm Chloe Findlay.
And I'm Meagan Daukshus. Chloe and I are here every week giving you a recap on the news and happenings on the USC campus and around Columbia. This week, we'll introduce you to a student whose hometown is struggling to recover from Hurricane Helene.
We're also bringing in a special guest to tell us about the importance of Hispanic Heritage Month.
But first, we've got some information about a fun and historic event in Columbia, our South Carolina State Fair.
We hope to get your weekend started in the right direction. Welcome back to Good Morning Gamecocks. Good morning, Gamecocks. I'm Chloe Findlay.
And I'm Meagan Daukshus.
In national news, it's Super Bowl weekend.
The goldfish, I'm convinced have different tastes to them.
I'm convinced they don't. Oh, that's gotta be green. That's gross. Nice job, Meagan.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Meagan.
Good morning, Chloe.
How you feeling today?
I'm good. We're back after a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back. We had the hurricane and some things come up, but it feels good to be back in the studio.
Yes, and it's finally a little bit chilly out today. Fall is officially here.
Too cold for me. I like the warm weather.
Well,
so.
Let's disagree on that.
Well, Gamecocks, we've got some stories for you to kick off your weekend, starting with some information on our upcoming election season.
Last week, myself and fellow reporter Madeline Cooper went around campus and asked people who they would be voting for in the presidential election this November. We found some students who were certain of their decision based on the policy difference between the candidates. However, many did not know about the key differences between the Trump and Harris administrations. Madeline and I went on Green Street and tried to fix this. Take a look.
Our economy is.
You shouldn't have to travel to another state to have a procedure on your body.
I kind of like his morals.
I literally don't want to throw away my vote.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
While we were on campus today, we noticed there's a lot of misconceptions about our political candidates' policies. Here's what students have to say.
That Project 2025 thing, and I've miles looked into it. That junk is low-key insane, but a lot of it, from what I've been told, is mostly like people running are like Republicans around Trump, but not Trump himself. But like if those were Trump policies, like in actuality, like that's low-key insane. That's some nut job type stuff.
Do you know who created Project 2025?
Low-key, I do not. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Okay, it was a Republican think tank.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, that definitely checks out.
The Trump campaign does not support it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know
yeah,
that.
okay.
I did know that.
I really hear people saying it's like a civic duty and something that you should do as a citizen. But the state where I feel like our country is at right now, I really don't think that there's going to be anything that progresses us forward.
I think that's a big misconception is that people's vote don't matter, but it really does. And you shouldn't, if you complain about change, if you want things to change, you should probably vote on the things to change.
However, what we found to be more prevalent is that many students don't know who they're going to be voting for in November. Who are you voting for in the upcoming election?
Usually I just go with my parents because I don't really know anything about politics. So my parents are voting for Trump.
I haven't yet chosen who I'm voting for. I'm not really very political, and this is going to be my first year voting, but it might 100% be Kamala.
I'm not really sure. I'd like to do some more research before I could actually decide. It's a big choice for me because selecting my next boss.
To me, I kind of like having, reduced prices on food and gas.
Abortion laws are a big thing for me. I know it's a big thing for a lot of people. I think free access to healthcare is also probably something that needs to be looked at.
On immigration, I think our borders should be more open. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she advocates for women's rights, and I feel like my voice is heard through her.
Looking at it as a younger individual, I have been a waitress for 3+4 years. So no taxes on tips would be great.
As you can see there, we discussed differences in economic policy, immigration, abortion, and other key issues, as well as digging through some common misconceptions. Most importantly, we discussed how important it is to vote. Online voting registration closes in South Carolina on October 14th. If your permanent address resides in a different state, visit vote.gov for more details.
Speaking of important stuff going on around South Carolina, the South Carolina State Fair is back in town for 2 weeks of fun. So, been going on since 1869. Just started this past Wednesday, October 9th, and it's going until the 20th of this month. So much fun things to do at the fair. I mean, we got rides, food.
Yeah, before last year I went to the South Carolina State Fair for the first time. And before that, I had never been to a state fair at all.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. It's convenient being literally right on our campus.
That is true. It's right down the road. So they have almost 70 rides this year, which is awesome. Chloe, I want to know, what's your favorite ride to go on when you go to the fair?
Is it wrong to say the cheapest?
No, not at all.
I would probably go with that.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. The fair can be expensive.
What does scare me, I've never been on it and I never will be on it, it's the one where you're like in a cage and it's like a belt and it whips you around the belt.
Yeah, no.
And you flip upside down.
I've never done that either. I like the little skyliner that goes across.
Yes, that's nice. That's a good one. That's a good choice.
Super fun. And then they have tons of animal attractions, which is one of my favorite parts. I spend so much time doing going watching the shows and stuff. So they have a petting zoo, racing, swimming pigs.
That's incredible.
Little baby pigs. They're so cute. They're my favorite. They're so fun. A donkey and mule show. And then they have the cow and the mule exhibits where you can see, you put them into show and whoever wins, best cattle kind of thing. So they have all the animals there, equestrian shows as well, which is super cool. So,
yeah, I've never seen swimming pigs.
You got to.
Okay.
You've got to.
Okay, I'll have to go see them.
They're so cute. They run around, they jump in, and they're so tiny.
Do they get dressed up?
I don't know. I think they have little numbers on them,
okay,
that's the horses do, yeah. So they also have tons of exhibits, throughout in the buildings that they have there on the fairgrounds. Things that they have the exhibitions of are for their competitions. So they have, their Cain competitions, their art competitions, pies, cakes, quilting, sewing. So many things you can enter your hobbies into and possibly win a prize,
Yeah, yeah.
It's super cool. I love seeing all of the cakes decorated. I mean, they do the wedding cakes and then the quilting. They do wedding dresses.
That's cool.
There's a lot to see, and it's cool that all the counties kind of come together and enter their things.
Yeah. Speaking of pies, if you were in a pie eating contest, what flavor pie would you choose to eat?
Oh.
This is an important question.
Key lime.
Okay.
Because it's
a good choice.
So it's easy.
That's a good choice.
Easier to eat, but it's also just so yummy.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
What would you pick?
I don't know. That's a really good choice.
Lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue. No, I had this really good. It was like a strawberry cream pie one time.
Ooh,
that was really good. I probably could do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the fair has a pie eating contest, but maybe we should suggest
if there
that for next year.
We will compete.
We will compete.
Yes.
Well, we hope your morning is getting off to a great start after the break. We're welcoming a special guest to the show to give us an update on how communities are healing from Hurricane Helene. Stay tuned. Just a week ago, Hurricane Helene struck states on the East Coast, impacting our city right here in Columbia with bad flooding and debris. Audrey Hood, U of SC senior, is here with us. She comes from a town 20 minutes outside of Asheville, Hendersonville, and she's here to talk about how the Hurricane Helene has impacted her community. So welcome, it's great to have you here.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I'm sorry it has to be under not so ideal circumstances.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But talk to us a little bit about how your town is doing, what's going on.
Well, my town wasn't hit super hard. I mean, obviously all of Western North Carolina was hit really hard, but my town is doing pretty well. It's more so Asheville, like Swannanoa, if you probably don't know where that is, but they're all like really small towns that were just destroyed. My home, my family, like they're all okay. So that was just really relieving to know that, but still at the same time, there were so many people that it affected and so many lives that were lost. And that part's just devastating. So.
Yeah. What was it like when you first, got the news of like your mom calling you up and be like, hey, like this is what's actually happened? Because it seemed like no one expected it to hit like that.
Yeah, we were not expecting it at all. Like, my parents were told nothing about evacuating. They had no idea. Like, we've never been hit from a hurricane that hard. Usually we'll just get some rain, but nothing like that. And I didn't honestly know like what was really going on, because I mean, the news, like the local news was shut off. There was no like really communication after the storm hit, and luckily my parents didn't lose service, so I was able to talk to them. My mom was able to tell me just how bad it was. I started seeing stuff on social media with all the damage, but like one of my friends, her parents, they lost service for a couple days and she didn't get to hear from them. So luckily I wasn't in that situation, but it's just hard when you don't know how bad it is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to keep in connection with your family to hear what's going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with keeping in connection, how have you been helping your family out? I know parts of your town, how long were they out with without power and stuff? And I'm assuming it's hard to get to the stores and stuff.
Yeah, the roads, my dad works for an engineering company that works with the DOT, which is the Department of Transportation, and the roads, so many of them have been completely destroyed. Like, there's just nothing there anymore. And it's just, my parents, like I said, they've been fine. The stores have started reopening. Gas lines are back to normal now. But it's just, like, there were so many people the flooding affected, and so many people lost so many things. We know people who lost power for, I don't even know how long. Like there's some people who still don't have power back. Wow. My parents lost it for 7 days, and service was spotty, and it was just a whole mix of all of that. Like, just really not a great situation in general, but.
Yeah. What are some of the efforts that community members are taking to get your community back up on their feet?
Well, everybody, honestly, like, I was talking to my friend about this last night. You would think in a time like this, people would kind of be fighting for themselves, like getting what they can, but it's actually been really the opposite. Like, everybody at home has been trying to help each other, doing what they can to donate and give back. From here, like, obviously we weren't really as affected as hard, so I wanted to do whatever I could to help. So I have been raising money, and through my sorority, we started like a canned food drive, and I was able to get a good bit of donations, and so I was able to get that to my parents last weekend, and they took it to one of the donation centers. And so my mom said that it was just like incredible. They went in, it was a big warehouse, and they went and dropped all the stuff off, and it was just full of like bottled water, like non-perishable food, clothes, jackets, blankets, all of like the necessities that people need. And she said it was just amazing to see that, like, within our local community, how much people were willing to donate and care about each other. So.
Yeah, that's definitely great to see. And I mean, it's interesting how, these hard times do bring people together, and I think it's great that everyone's helping out. I love that you've been making these efforts to, help your community. It's great to see, especially, while you're a busy college student, you're still helping out.
Yeah.
Chloe, you have anything else?
No, if you or someone you know at USC has been impacted by Hurricane Helene, USC is offering emergency relief funds to those in the Midlands, or wherever it is needed in the region. If you want to help those out, you can donate to the USC Emergency Relief Fund, Central Carolina Community Foundations Fund, or the American Red Cross. After the break, Megan and I will be back with a special guest to share the importance of Hispanic Heritage Month here on campus. Don't go away. We are closing out Hispanic Heritage Month this week, so we figured it would be an opportune time to look at some of our Hispanic communities on campus and the impact that they have on our students. Today we have Dayane, who has been a member of the Latin American Student Organization, better known as LASO, for 4 years, and is also the president of the Latino Caucus for Public Health. Welcome, Diana. We're happy to have you.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah. Obviously, we were chatting a little bit before, but I would just really love to know why you think having communities such as LASO and the Latino Caucus is important for students of Latino descent, especially during Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah. I think USC obviously provides us with so much. It gives us everything that you need ever to succeed, right? But sometimes you really just need a community of students that understands your culture, that understand where you come from, that understand like the jokes that you make, that understand the music that you listen to, all that stuff, you know? And then it's also nice to be able to look around a room sometimes and see people that look like you, especially when you walk around all day, maybe all week, sometimes because we have meetings once a week, you know? And you just don't see people that look like you or that can relate to you in those ways. So it's just a nice break and it's really comforting, and they provide you with a really nice supportive system.
That's awesome. That's great to hear that you can, you know, walk into a room and it's just like people you want to see and make you feel comfortable here on campus. If you want to talk to us a little bit more about, you know, Hispanic Heritage Month itself and what it means.
Yeah, I love Hispanic Heritage Month. I look forward to it every year. I think that it's just exciting because it's a time when people want to get together and celebrate Latino students, Hispanic students, you know? And I especially love the efforts that USC makes to kind of highlight us.
Yeah. What have these communities, having a Latin American community, having an Hispanic community, what has that provided for you as a student in your time here?
Yeah. It has honestly provided me with all of my best friends, you know, a community that I look forward to just hanging out with. They kind of give me an outlet to unwind and to just have fun. I look forward to seeing them every week. So it's really just a good break, I guess, from the stresses of school too.
Now, when you do go to these meetings every week, what do you guys focus in on? What do you guys usually talk about or do?
Yeah, usually they're just fun events. Like they'll have game nights. We'll sometimes go out to the horseshoe and play, like, I guess field day games, you know, like tug of war, etc., things like that. They have paint nights, karaoke nights. They do collabs with other organizations from other cultural groups. Really, it's usually just social events, so it's all about just having a good time.
That's good. That's so much fun.
Now, Megan and I are big foodies on this show, so we have to ask, what is your favorite food that reminds you of your heritage and why?
Okay, I have two answers because I feel like it just depends on the weather. But my favorite food in general, like I know it's what everyone thinks of, but tacos, like they're my favorite food. But if it's colder, have you guys heard of pozole?
I have not. Tell us about it.
It's like a soup, so that's why it's like better for the cold weather, and it has hominy, which is I think like comes from corn. It's related to the corn plant, and then it has like just like whatever meat, usually just like pork or chicken, and it's just so good. Like the stew, what is it called? The water part of soup.
Like broth?
Broth, yeah. The broth is so good. They whatever they do to it, whatever ingredients they use to make it, its color and its flavor is just so good. And it's warm, so it's nice in the wintertime.
That sounds yummy.
Sounds really good.
So I need some of that today because it's chilly out and I love a good soup. That sounds really good. I definitely have to check that out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dana, so much. Dayane, excuse me, so much for joining us. After the break, Chloe and I will be here to introduce a student small business owner. You're not going to want to miss it. Welcome back. We're here with Rachel Cain, owner of Cain's Craft. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So I see you have a little bit of goodies here, you know, that you make for your business. Just tell us a little bit about, you know, what your business is, what you sell.
Yeah, so I like really try to hit home to like bringing the happy. Like I want people to feel my happiness and joy and just the color of the world. So that was like my main goal. I started off with stickers and I made these in one of my illustration classes, and we made our own merch line. So I created my cutie little quilted merch line. And I was like, what better way to bring it to people than stickers? I love a good sticker. So start off with that, very simple and easy. And then I wanted to step up the level. So I was like, what do people need for game days? Temporary tattoos, of course. So I designed these temporary tattoos this summer. Super fun. They last literally all game day. One of my friends wore them and got this tan line of the football on her. So
oh my goodness.
they stay on. And then I was looking around. I love charm necklaces personally. Like, I love them. I love how personalized they get. I love the detail you can add to them. So I was like, dang, I want to do this myself, you know? So I started thinking about what I wanted to do. I wanted to set myself apart. So my charm necklaces are special because I do these polymer clay charms that take me forever to make. You gotta bake them, you gotta glaze them, you know, all the things, and then I hand paint them. So they're very personalized and personable. People can come to me and say, hey, I like dance, and I can make you a dance charm necklace, you know? So that was really fun. And then these buttons are just a new thing. I just started, got a nice button maker, and it's been a fun journey.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Your items are so cool.
Thank you so
like the
much.
stickers, I think that's how you start, you know, just making it for your class. It's awesome.
It's super cute. What is your favorite thing to make now?
Probably the charm necklaces. I've got to make them for a couple of my friends. One of them, my friend Casey, she has a football boyfriend. She was like, hey, I want a necklace for the game I'm going to. And I was like, great. So I made her one that had a cute charm with his name, like his number on it, and just some fun elements. But yeah, just being able to do that for my friends, and you know, seeing people at Soda City buy them too, and like they're like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite thing. I love tomatoes. And I'm like, same.
That's so fun. I like how you can make them so personalized. So do you do orders, you know, personal orders for people?
Yes, I just started doing that and have a list of my friends and family that want to buy them. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna try and do that. I kind of want to do a charm bar, but that's a lot of work.
Really
so
cool.
we'll see.
Cool.
It's all in the works. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. How easy is it balancing this and being a college student?
Oh, it's not very easy, but it's very manageable. You know, time management, that's something I've been having to learn throughout my college years. But yeah, no, just making time. I mean, this is very important to me, and I just love being able to like share it with people, so that kind of takes a big priority in my life. But yeah, no, it's not too bad.
So fun. So now you're a junior here on campus. Do you think you're going to bring this business with you after you graduate college?
I would love to. Summer Doodles is such an inspiration for me. You know, she was a cutie sorority girl that just wanted to share her art with people. Yeah. And now she's such a successful businesswoman. So I would love to kind of step into that myself. You know, maybe start with a side hustle, and we'll see if, like, you know, hopefully it gets bigger. But,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're already, how long have you been had this business for? I mean,
since June of last year. So
you've expanded a lot since just June, and
I've been hustling.
So cool.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been a good journey.
Yeah, well, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, great products. I really do love these pins.
I know.
I might have to snag one.
Of course.
Now, where can people find your products?
Definitely. So, mainly right now, I sell through Student Made, which is an organization, Student Made USC, and you can purchase all of the creator stuff, not just my stuff, but some more student creators. You can purchase it through there. They do drops. They're about to have their holiday drop coming soon, so there's gonna be some holiday items to buy. Excited. But hopefully this summer I'll be able to put it on my own website, cainscraft.com, and then you'll be able to purchase just through me.
That's so exciting. Okay, well, now we know where we can find out your goodies. I had to pick up some of those pins too.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for joining us. It's great. After the break, Chloe and I will be back after the break with another fun way to get active on campus. Stay close.
We checked out another fun way to get active on campus this week. Drum roll, please. We checked out goat yoga. So last night on Davis Circle, Gamecock Entertainment had another installment of their Thursday After Dark series, and this week students could enjoy a relaxing yoga session with goats. Isn't that just adorable?
I love that. I love it so much. I've always wanted to do it all 4 years I've been here. It never falls in line with my schedule, or these spots fill up so quickly.
They do.
That's the biggest thing.
If you want to do it, you have to sign up like as soon as the event gets announced.
Yep.
But it was so cute. The goats were shy.
Oh.
And they just wouldn't come out of their little cage. But eventually they did.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, so I was like, was it just yoga and the goats were there in the corner? I'm like,
at the start, but they've warmed up. They warmed up to the people. But yeah, I just wanted to pick up the goat and just give it a hug. So
goats are so cute.
They are.
I also think it's really funny when they get startled. I think it's so silly. Have you ever seen a goat get startled and they just freeze and they fall over? But I'm scared I do that. Like, I'm surprised they don't do that during the yoga. Like, you know, with all the moving around and stuff. that they don't get scared.
They were super chill. They were just cool as a cucumber.
Aw.
Adorable. But events like these fill up really fast, as we said, so make sure to sign up early on Garnet Gate beforehand.
Yeah, and I feel like we usually see, you know, goat yoga every semester here on campus, so I'm sure they'll be back.
They will be.
It'll be to see those little fuzzy, smiley faces. But yeah, so with that, today we wrap up Good Morning Gamecocks for October 11th, 2024.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Meagan Daukshus.
And I'm Chloe Findlay. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great weekend, Carolina, wherever to be.
Bye.